comes a moment when you stop chasing, when you withdraw your energy, when you step back from the noise of others' opinions, the desperation of validation, and the chains of external expectations. That is the moment they start to notice. Your absence speaks louder than your presence ever did. Suddenly, the ones who overlooked you begin to feel your void. The ones who took you for granted start to wonder. The ones who thought you needed them now find themselves needing you. But here's the truth. By then, you no longer care. Because a Stoic does not live for attention. A Stoic does not live for validation. A Stoic understands that attachment is a weakness, and detachment is power. The world wants you to believe that your worth is tied to others' recognition, but the moment you master the art of becoming unavailable, physically, emotionally, mentally, you gain something far more valuable: control. Control over your mind, control over your emotions, control over your fate. Today, we will explore the power of Stoic detachment, why walking away is the ultimate display of strength, why self-sufficiency is the highest form of freedom, and why those who learn to detach will always rise above those who cling. Get ready, because after this, you will never see attachment the same way again. Number 1. The illusion of importance. Why they only notice when you leave. People rarely appreciate what is freely available. A constant presence is taken for granted, an ever-giving soul is seen as expected, and a man who seeks attention is deemed desperate. But the moment you step away, something shifts. It's not that they suddenly value you more, it's that they realize the void you leave behind. This is human nature. Seneca once wrote, "You act like mortals in all that you fear, and like immortals in all that you desire." People assume you will always be there. They assume your energy, your patience, and your kindness are limitless. They consume you without gratitude, believing you have nowhere else to go. But when you vanish, when you withdraw your attention, panic sets in. They realize the well has dried up. And here lies the power of Stoic detachment. A true Stoic does not demand respect. He does not beg for acknowledgement. He simply removes himself. He lets absence do what words never could. Because the one who walks away is the one who holds power, and the one who remains dependent is the one who suffers. Epictetus reminds us, if a person gave your body to a passerby, you would be furious. Yet you hand over your mind to anyone who insults you and allow it to be troubled and confused. Detachment is not just about walking away physically. It is about refusing to let others control your emotions. When you stop reacting, when you stop needing, when you become truly self-sufficient, you become untouchable. And that is when they notice. Number 2, emotional control. The weapon of the unshaken. The weak react, the strong remain unmoved. Most people live at the mercy of their emotions. They are controlled by anger, ruled by fear, and enslaved by the need for approval. When someone ignores them, they feel insulted. When someone disagrees with them, they feel attacked. When someone leaves, they feel abandoned. But a Stoic does not flinch. A Stoic does not beg. A Stoic remains sovereign over his own mind. Marcus Aurelius, the last great emperor-philosopher, once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." The moment you master your emotions, you become immune to manipulation. The insults of others no longer sting. The rejection of society no longer wounds. The opinions of the world become meaningless noise, easily dismissed like the wind passing through an open field. And here is the irony. The more you control your emotions, the more others lose control over theirs. They become frustrated by your silence. They become restless at your detachment. They feel powerless when their words, their actions, their games fail to provoke a reaction. But this is not about revenge. This is not about proving superiority. This is about liberation. Because the man who is ruled by emotions is a prisoner, but the man who rules his emotions is free. And when you become truly free, you become something terrifyingly rare, untouchable, unstoppable, and unshakable. Number 3, the art of walking away, the strength to let go. Weak men cling, strong men release. Most people fear letting go. They fear losing relationships, opportunities, and attachments that have long since expired. They believe that by holding on, they maintain power. But the opposite is true. The one who holds on is the one who suffers. The one who walks away is the one who dominates. Zeno of Citium, the founder of Stoicism, once said, "Man conquers the world by conquering himself." And part of that self-mastery is knowing when something no longer serves you. When people disrespect you, let them go. When a situation drains you, walk away. When a connection weakens you, cut it off. Detachment is not cruelty, it is clarity. It is the ability to see things as they are, not as you wish them to be. Look at the great men of history. They did not beg for loyalty, they did not plead for acceptance. They did not chase what was not theirs to keep. They walked away, knowing that their worth was not determined by external attachments. A Stoic understands that nothing is truly his, not people, not possessions, not even time itself. Everything is borrowed, everything is temporary. And so he moves through life without chains, without desperation, without need. And here's the paradox. When you become willing to walk away, people chase. When you become unavailable, you become valuable. But by then it no longer matters, because you have already found something greater than attachment. You have found yourself. Number 4. Indifference, the silent power that controls everything. The world thrives on reactions. It survives on conflict, on outrage, on emotional turmoil. Those who control society know this well. Keep the masses distracted, keep them emotionally engaged, and they will never realize how powerless they truly are. But a Stoic does not fall for this trap. A Stoic remains indifferent. Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This is the core of Stoic power, the ability to remain unaffected. When you stop reacting, you become unreadable. When you become unreadable, you become unpredictable. And when you become unpredictable, you become dangerous. Indifference is not about apathy. It is not about lacking passion or care. It is about control. The ability to choose where your energy goes, what deserves your attention, and what is beneath you. Most people waste their strength on meaningless battles, arguing with fools, defending their name, proving their worth. A Stoic has no interest in these things. He does not chase validation. He does not explain himself. He does not waste words on those who refuse to understand. And so the world begins to notice. Your silence disturbs them. Your absence unsettles them. They try to provoke you, to break you, to pull you back into the chaos, but they fail. Because a man who has mastered indifference is a man who controls his own reality. And when you control your reality, you control everything. Number 5, the power of silence. When words are no longer needed. Words are a tool, but like any tool, they can be misused. Most people speak to be heard, to be validated, to convince others of their worth, but a Stoic knows the power of silence. He understands that sometimes the absence of words is far more powerful than any argument, any defense, any explanation. The philosopher Lao Tzu once said, "Those who know do not speak. Those who speak do not know." There's a profound wisdom in this. The Stoic does not feel the need to fill the air with noise. His actions speak louder than his words ever could. His resolve is clear, his principles firm, and his behavior unshakable. When a Stoic is confronted, he does not react with hastily spoken words. He does not jump to defend himself, nor does he seek to dominate the conversation. Instead, he remains quiet, composed, allowing the world to unfold as it will. This silence is not weakness, it is strength. It is the strength to remain unmoved by the judgments of others, to let their words wash over him without leaving a trace. The power of silence lies in its ability to disarm. When others try to provoke you, your silence tells them that they are not worthy of your time or energy. When they try to draw you into conflict, your silence reveals that you are above it. And in this silence, you gain a power that cannot be taken from you. A power that comes from within. Number 6. Resilience, the Stoic shield against life's storms. Life will test you. It will push you to the brink, challenge your strength, and attempt to break your spirit. But the Stoic is not deterred. He does not break. He bends, but he does not break. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Every hardship, every obstacle, every moment of pain is an opportunity for growth. The Stoic sees challenges not as curses, but as blessings in disguise, chances to strengthen his resolve, sharpen his focus, and build his character. Resilience is not about avoiding pain or hardship. It is about facing it head-on, without fear, without hesitation, and without complaint. A Stoic does not let life's storms rattle him. He understands that suffering is part of existence, and that how we respond to suffering defines who we are. This is the essence of Stoic detachment. It is not the absence of emotions, but the mastery over them. The Stoic does not let grief or anger consume him. He does not let rejection or failure deter him. He remains grounded, anchored in his own sense of purpose and identity. He is unshaken, no matter the chaos that surrounds him. And when others see your resilience, they cannot help but be awed by it. They may try to break you, to provoke you, to weaken you, but they will fail. Because the Stoic's strength lies not in the absence of challenges, but in his unwavering response to them. Number 7. The inner fortress, mastery of the self, is true freedom. The greatest power lies not in controlling others, but in mastering oneself. A man who has no mastery over his emotions, his thoughts, and his impulses is a man imprisoned. A man who relies on the external world to define his happiness is a man shackled by chains. But a Stoic understands that true freedom comes from within. As the great philosopher Epictetus wrote, "No man is free who is not master of himself." The Stoic does not seek freedom in possessions, in status, or in the approval of others. He seeks it in the fortress of his own mind, where no external force can penetrate. His emotions are his own, his decisions are his own, and his fate is his own. He is immune to the winds of fortune, unaffected by the tides of public opinion, and impervious to the pressures of society. This inner fortress is built through discipline, self-control, and constant reflection. Every action, every thought, every emotion is measured, controlled, and aligned with his higher purpose. The Stoic is not at the mercy of his desires or fears. He has conquered them. And in doing so, he has achieved the ultimate form of freedom, the freedom to be himself, fully and unapologetically. And so, as you look upon the world and the people who chase fleeting things, remember this: the true power lies within. The moment you stop relying on others, stop needing external validation, and start mastering yourself, that is when you will become untouchable. That is when you will become free. As we reflect on the power of Stoic detachment, we realize that it is not about withdrawal for the sake of isolation. It is about liberation. It is about stepping away from the distractions and emotional turbulence that the world imposes upon us. It is about reclaiming our power, our peace, and our purpose. When you become unavailable, they notice. But the true power lies in how you respond to that notice. Do not return to the chaos. Do not fall back into the trap of seeking validation. Instead, continue to walk the Stoic path, detached, composed, and free. The world cannot touch you when you are untouchable. The chaos cannot break you when you have already built your inner fortress. And as you stand firm, rooted in your own strength, the world will bend before you. What are your views on this? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I will personally read all of your comments. And if you seriously want to level up in life, don't forget to show some love by hitting the like and subscribe button. Stay strong. Until next time.